Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the highest live streaming YouTube channel, Twitch and Kick channel in the world. We're live every day. YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Don't forget. We get high, we get faded, we get our game on, have a good time, hang out with good people, good friends. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July. I know I did, guys. Pulled out the Earl Jr. Infinity bottle. This has got that Klein design built into it, that Klein bottle. Pulling this out. This one holds a shit ton of water. Crazy recycling with the Infinity bottle by Earl Jr. All right, everybody. I haven't did an early morning in a minute, and I know you guys probably had a busy night last night with the 4th of July and whatnot. I'm going to kick it off right. Stella Artois. That's how you do it. Am I the only one who always still uses a lighter? I get all these beer bottle openers everywhere. I still don't use them. All right, guys. This might be a solo sesh. We'll see if anybody gets up. Get on. That's fine. I can figure this out, I think. I think I did this once or twice in my life. I'm going to actually eventually be getting to the store to get some diamonds done because I need some more diamonds. So, yeah, fuck it. Might have to. Oh, man. I'm low on butane, low on everything. Great. Yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. All good. I wasn't really planning on getting up and doing an early morning session. It was just, figured why not. With a big dab to start off the day. All right, I'm going to dunk a dab with some diamonds. Do a little dab marine, kick it off. A couple of these, then we'll get a game on. If anything, I might solo do it. I might even go back to golf if nobody gets on. Who knows? We got a whole bunch of shit on here. I still haven't got my Harry Potter beat. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. I know I did. I went down. Hey, Joey Bananas. How you doing, buddy? Shout out to everybody on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. Joey Bananas over here on Twitch. Joey Bananas 1942. Hell yeah, guys. All right, well, let's get it on, guys. Yesterday, Veggie was asking me to pull out this rig. So this morning, when I was deciding what rig, I said, shit, I'll grab this one. This one, again, takes a shit ton of water all the way up to there. Does a crazy recycler through like almost like the Klein bottle, and then it comes back through the back. All right, I think I am ready. All right, load your balls, short guns, short bunch, turn on your vaporizers, pour beers, pour shots, get your dabs ready, whatever you like to do. Get those nails hot. Time to get high, get faded. Kick off the day right. It is the day after 4th of July. I've got a strong diet I got to get into, so probably tomorrow is going to be when I'm going to really get into it. I've got some stuff to take care of today. We got some people we're meeting tomorrow. So probably tomorrow will be the day I really kick it off hard. Damn. This last dab I did, I obviously did not heat this nail up hot enough. This nail is my 10 millimeter nail. It's the only nail I use for the Infinity bottle. It is a smaller nail, so it doesn't like fucking hold heat very long. You can't do really big dabs on it. And obviously, the very last dab I did on it was way too big. Oh yeah, shout out to Joey Bananas. Move this around since nobody's here. I saw Noah's out having a great time out in San Diego. Whale's vagina. All right, load your balls, short guns, short bunch, turn on your vaporizers, pour beers, pour shots, get your dabs ready, whatever you'd like to do, guys. We're doing a quick dab marine or two, get our game on. I don't know what to do. I haven't decided. I do know one thing. I want to get high. I want to get faded. All right, load your ball, short, don't lunch, turn on your vaporizers, pour your shots, get your dabs ready. I saw Veggie was watching some of my old videos. I'll have to show you guys here. My 1 million views on, was it my 710 account? Oh my goodness. Oh, that first one gets you. Oh. Ooh. Man. All right. Holy shit, only 2 viewers. Everybody was partying hard last night, guys. I could tell. It was crazy out here. Parking was insane. Everything was kind of crazy. All right. Maybe. Ooh, yeah, Veggie. Woo. Only 2 viewers. We're on fire.
We're picking up action on the 8th hole.
All right. I think we'll do a hole and then get a dab.
Time for the second shot at the 8th.
Excuse me. Get in your home. Happy Gilmore.
Oh, that takes a big bounce, Rich.
Fantastic approach, right at it. Rose Zhang is having a word with her caddy after that shot. Not sure if it's related or not, but the rivalry seems to be heating up here.
Good look at a birdie here.
Too easy, guys.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that hole.
All right, let's do one more. Got to play 9.
9 is a par 4.
Yeah, we've got waste area down the right-hand side, water in the distance. Driver probably not required off this shortish par 4. Second shot carries a water feature to a green just sitting there in the distance, very receptive. You're thinking birdie all day long.
Boom, shakalaka.
Over the line here. This should find the fairway. Playing this shot from around 120 yards.
Get in your home.
All right, we're going with an extra club here.
That's a good
Oh,
shot.
that one should have came back.
Not surprised to see Colin Morikawa have a few more highlights. Let's take a look at this one.
Let's not.
12 feet to the cup coming up.
This for a birdie run.
John, have you got a good read on this one?
Man, you ever move something like I just did right there? That was all natural. I knew that was the move. Knew that was the putt.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
He's feeling it.
Always
He's
loving
feeling it. Get up,
Here
get
we
going.
are at the opening hole of the back 9, the 10th.
Yes, what a tee shot indeed, going right back into the ocean.
All right. Number two. Even with the paper. Man, I ate McDonald's yesterday and it fucked my stomach up. I had a double quarter pounder with cheese for lunch and I think I got food poisoning. It was so bad, guys. I got burgers and hot dogs and everything to cook out, and it was just couldn't do much of it. I did some hot dogs for the fam. I said tomorrow or today, I said I'll cook some burgers, but man, I just was not feeling it yesterday.
Wow, that's an incredible drive.
We ended up getting to the fireworks, which is cool. Newport Beach. We saw a couple different ones. There was a few of them, which was kind of cool.
Yard marker just nearby.
Get in your home. Don't you want to go in your home? Oh, it comes out the 24th. Yeah, Happy Gilmore. And the 26th is my birthday. So think about that, guys. Day after my birthday, we get Happy Gilmore.
Easy game, isn't it?
Dare I say, Luke, this player has been in fuego with his approach shots. Another green in regulation.
I'm just getting my GERS.
For the event.
I get GERS all day.
A par four.
GIR, greens in regulation. That's what I do. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. You thought I was going to go in the bunker, didn't you? Psych.
Let's take a look at Roseanne, shall we?
I haven't did these early morning sessions in a minute. Since it's the summer break, I can kind of sleep in, but you know me. That's a lot of backspin. And probably all I need. Get in your home.
Good shot shape, this one. A fade ball flight.
Come back.
Oh, that's a high caliber shot.
Just like Noah does.
Putting for birdie.
Noah looked like he was having a great time out there, though. Let me show you this real quick since I'm all solo dolo. Make it.
And he's done it. He's holed it, and that means he extends his lead. He's currently sitting in first place.
So over here, this is the Discord, guys. Veggie Sam Soup over here. There's a couple things I want to show you the Discord. One, this is it. Sam was going on Nick 710. I have a couple older YouTube channels. If you guys ever want to check them out, I still got the Jail 2100. That's JEL 2100. That's my first one I did. That was Justin's account, my brother's. I switched over to Nick 420 CA for a while, and then I ended up getting it deleted from YouTube. So I started 710 CA for a while. This is my 1 million views Snowman Dab Marine. Eventually, Nick 420 CA, I got it back, and then I ended up deleting it again because of my raid and shit. But if you ever want to check out some old fun videos, see how much skinnier I was, you could go to Nick 420 CA or a Gel 2100. But yeah, I wanted to show you this. Look at Noah. Having a great time down in San Diego. But yeah, here's some of the fireworks I saw last night. There was a couple from a couple different angles. I had some cool palm trees behind it. When I started this one, where is it? So that was some fireworks we saw last night. We were at an angle to see a couple different ones, which is always cool. All right. Oh, hey, drive-by. Man, I got a fucking cotton mouth after that dab. Woo. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Hope everybody had a great 4th. I've been having a great time lately, guys. Life's been good. I can't complain. Let's see a hole in one. Wouldn't that be cool?
This one is right down the pipe.
Oh.
That's a terrific shot and sets up a birdie opportunity here at the 12th.
And a fantastic look upcoming.
One of these days, I'll get me a hole in one. Tell you what, I'm going to do a couple dabs here, finish off this 18, and then if nobody's here, I will might start a Call of Duty solo dolo.
That's unlucky for some, Rich.
You would love to just sit up here and stripe it right at this green, but you should know better not to. Bail out to the left-hand side. Leave yourself with a pretty simple pitch and run to a tiny green, just surrounded by the most beautiful setting you could ever imagine.
Oh, yeah. Should I drive the green? Let's get a hole in one on a par 4.
Wow, Rich. That's impressive.
I did drive the green, though.
Nobody wants to see somebody laying up on a par 4 that's drivable. Pull out the big stick.
Pull it out, baby.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
If this goes in, this is going to be putt of the century. This is huge.
She just said it'll be putt of the century.
Good effort from there.
This one just outside 7 feet to the hole.
A great birdie chance here.
Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard.
Hell yeah, drive-by. Strawberry pie. Let's do a dab in the boat. Man, my lips are fucking so dry. All right, maybe a dab marine will do it. But you know what? I got a par 3. I want to try to get a hole in one real quick.
Nice approach shot there. Pin high inside the range.
That was close, though.
Setting up here with a very long putt. And back to the play, shall we?
Is that a wool?
A birdie putt awaits.
Is that a woman?
Down she goes. Let's head to the next. Hole number 15 is a par.
Oh, man, we're almost done, guys. I tell you what, how many we got? We don't got a shit ton of people even watching. All right, let's bang these last few out. Do a dab marine, and then we'll get on to solo dolo Call of Duty.
Into a zone, not wide, And then the third shot, once again, in a green setting right on the ocean's edge.
Man, I was outside and I got bit by
Another
like
stunning
some
hole,
bugs,
and
like probably a
very
mosquito.
challenging.
Just off the fairway in the first cut. They caught it really clean out of the rough. This one could work. 14-footer. Penny.
What did he just say?
Break on this putt.
I've had a look from both sides. This is a right to lefter.
Oh, super putt that. What a
All right, a few more holes, guys.
currently in first position. Welcome to the par 4 16th hole.
And we've got a couple of fairway bunkers down the right-hand side. So miss those to the left-hand side, and you will hit your second shot into an island, quote-unquote, green. Not surrounded by water, but surrounded by sand. This is a challenging par 4, but should be able to avoid any large numbers.
This shot is about 140 yards out.
Boom.
Now that looked pretty good the whole way. Lining up the birdie putt here. That will drop.
All right.
And it will extend the
We
lead.
got 2 more holes, guys. Let's do a dab marine, then we'll start
Only the long
Call
hair
of Duty.
wants to take on that waist bunker down the right-hand side. All the others out to the left-hand side. And there's an opening here that players might want to think about chasing their golf ball into, because this second shot, ooh, it is dangerous.
Playing this one about 130 yards out. Outstanding approach shot.
This is just too easy.
Right on 10 feet. A good one to make.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
I watched that movie Sinners last night, guys.
2 in a row.
I don't know. That movie was all over the place. It was something.
Steady in first place after that.
Good morning, Joey Cheese. Cruise was amazing. Love Royal Caribbean.
This 18th hole is a par 3.
Like I said, I don't know if I'll ever go back. I mean, I'll go back if some friends want to go and we just want to do a cheap cruise. But in general, I don't want to go back to Carnival.
Out to the right to bail out into a bunker or into a waste area. You'd love, dearly love, to finish off this round with a 3.
Never seen a scorecard that doesn't.
Who ends the course with a par 3 on 18?
You got to read.
What a horrible
Yeah, this putt's
fucking.
going to just veer off to the right-hand side.
Well, this one's come out on a good line. And that should secure the par on this one.
All right, guys. Dab marine time.
That is it. Just a tap in required for the rest of the day.
29 under.
Oh, what a performance, Ridge. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
performance.
Good morning, everybody.
Absolutely flawless so far. I cannot wait to see what this.
Hope everybody had a safe 4th of July. Had some fun.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. I'm Luke Elvey, and on behalf of Rich Beam, plus all the hard work.
Look at all that experience I got.
It's good night for now.
Good night. Nice. Let me upgrade my dude. Then we'll do a dab marine and let's see. Which should I upgrade? The recovery? My putts, maybe? Alright, swing path maxed. Direction maxed. Putt path maxed. Rhythm maxed. Oh yeah. Look at that, baby. We got 6. All right. I can't do anything. All right. Nice. I'm at a 92, baby. How you do it? Evolve. Okay, can't evolve anything. Oh, yeah. Now we got our iron souped up. Get our wedges. All right. I don't have any. Nice. My clubs are souped up. All right. Got my balls souped up. Yeah, buddy. All right, let's do a dab marine. Dabbing them diamonds. This is the astronauts lemons and cherries. Lemon and cherries. And my mouth is so fucking dry. Yum. All right. Let's do a dab. Dab for everybody here. 1, 2, 3. We're live. YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Don't forget, we're live every day. Getting high, getting faded the right way. If you're not high, rewind, try again. Check out some of the old videos. All right. Hey, Justin's on fart session. All right, load your bowls, roll joints, roll bunch, turn on your vaporizers, pour beers, pour shots, get your dabs ready. Let's do it, guys. He's probably getting ready for his World Series of Warzone tournament. Let's play Havoc, Veggie says. Havoc's fun, Veggie says. Did Veggie get his overtime for holiday pay? That's the question. Ooh, oh, are you going to believe it or not? Eric joined without figuring it out by himself. What up?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Got it all locked in. I saw you did it all by yourself. So proud of you, Eric. How you doing? Did you have a good 4th of July?
Oh yeah, spending with some family, friends. I grilled all day. I'm still kind of tired, but you gotta wake up to take some dabs, right?
I parked by the police station and fire department, and as I was walking back, I seen all these kids waiting outside the police station because their friend probably got locked up or whatever. They're trying to wait to try to get them out or something. I was like, damn, you guys are having a tough night.
It's one of those nights, right?
uh,
How
they
was
don't fucking.
how's your kid? Was he cool with the fireworks?
Oh yeah, he loved
He
it.
liked.
We were kind of far away, but we were in a good spot to see two different ones. The parking was insane out here. $50 to park isn't worth
Oh
it.
wow.
And like some people were like trying to like rent out parking spaces for like $500 even. So I just found
Mm,
one and we walked a little bit. We were right there, so we were good.
that's what's up.
It was
Oh,
not.
was your wife able to come, or was she working last night?
Yeah, this was the one she was actually able to come surprisingly. So cheers, guys. I already heated up.
Because I know nurses have a wonky schedule, so.
Yeah, she does. She's been had a pretty good schedule lately, so thank God she's been able to make it to this. So got the Earl
It's-
Jr. Infinity.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh my god. When you and Veggie were talking about dad rigs yesterday, I was like, I want Earl's Junior dad rig, but I know it's hard to find nowadays, so I'm just gonna live through you and just every time you dab through the I'm pretending I'm hitting with the
That's a good
maybe
question. You can probably
uh,
find them out there. You find them out there, but like I said, they've gone up in price. That's for sure.
especially the one that you just hit right now, the Infinity one. Oh, I like the function, how it works, how it looks like.
Well, you know what I've always liked is rigs that had good function. Because they always said it's either scientific or it's like a heady rig, and I always liked it to be a little bit of both.
Oh,
You
that
know,
looks so nice.
but yeah, and it's thicker than you look. If you see it on this angle,
Ooh,
hot.
were you good?
Damn, grab the nail. Didn't want to drop it. All right, so if you see it from this angle, you see how wide it is.
Yeah.
So when it functions, it actually hits. It goes up through the snail through this, and then it kicks over to the other side over here, and that's when it goes down back into it. So it's got a couple different like functions like that. So
I remember like when you first pulled it out years ago. Oh my god, I was like, oh, I was in high school. I was like, oh. I think that's when I first started. Like
yeah,
2012.
I think our first one was the we got a Tesseract from him, a clear Tesseract, and then we got a clear Geodome, and then we got the
Is he the
colored Geodomes.
is he the one that made like the like Swiss, like it looked like a piece of Swiss cheese but like in a circle? Was he the one that made those or no?
Yeah, I got one. Remember my white one?
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one he made. That was called the Geodome, and like it was either he
Yeah.
usually did color or clear. Nowadays, I think he always does color. His shit's so expensive. Burned my finger a little bit. Not too bad. That nail wasn't too hot.
It was like cooling down a little bit and then you touched it.
Well, this nail
Yeah.
honestly is if any nail's a nail to pull out and play with, it's this nail. This little 10 millimeter nail doesn't fucking hold heat worth shit. But yeah, how's the weather there? How was the weather last night, by the way? It was kind of chilly where we were at. I think it was probably like when the fireworks are going off, it was like 60, 62 maybe.
Oh no, over here is like in the 80s.
Dude, you should have seen the spot I had. I was sitting out over the beach. You could see all the people on the beach letting off their fireworks, and then I was in the middle of the Newport Beach one, and there was like another one over here. So we got to see both of those. And then like there was this other dude, because it's such a rich area. They were just fucking setting off fireworks there. Everybody has those mortars, so they're big fireworks. Doesn't matter, I mean, these ain't little boy fireworks. These people set off big boy fireworks. It's crazy.
The big booms, yeah.
Yeah. I never
So you
even
be
knew
like,
about mortars till I came to Cali. And this guy goes, look at these, you know, I never, you know, cause then I don't,
the one with the big fuse they put into the little.
the tubes and shit. Yeah. I mean, you know, some of these guys, you know, set it up professionally. I know my one dude, my healing alchemist, he's an extract guy. I knew him. If you ever watch his Instagram, this guy spends like $10,000. And I mean, he sets up a line of it. And, you know, his is almost damn near professional. You know, I mean, he has everything but the buttons, you know?
Yeah. He has all the fuses and everything but the buttons.
Yeah, he'll set up the fuses right where they're timed and shit, you know, and he does it right. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like these unprofessional guys are like, okay, I'm gonna light it with the lighter, and then like 5 seconds, like boom,
Yeah.
freaking like.
Do you ever see those ones they do in like China, the biggest ones in the world, where they're like the
Oh
size
yeah,
of a car?
those things are crazy.
Those mortars, and they go up and they explode, and they're like fucking take up the whole fucking sky. That's crazy. Oh, porn. I got Stella Artois.
Let me grab a beer real quick. 1 second.
I,
A nice cold one.
I had a couple left over, so. That's where the nail hit. Right there. Not too bad. Not too bad. I didn't want it to fall on my carpet, that's for sure. I was doing juggling of hot nails. Mm. I don't know if I prefer Stella Artois, to be honest with you guys. We got 4. We're getting there. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Night and day difference. You can tell I've been doing video. Man, my face skin looks horrible. I gotta get working out, drop some blood pressure. Probably why my face is so fucking red. My blood pressure actually isn't bad, though. I check it a lot. My blood pressure is usually about 123/87. I mean, when I drink, my blood pressure goes up. I think everybody says. I was just talking about blood pressure. I always try to keep an eye on my blood pressure. My dad died of a heart attack. So I know when I drink, anytime you drink, your blood thins out, your blood pressure goes up. So I always keep an eye on that. But when I'm not drinking, my blood pressure is actually pretty good. So I was just telling everybody earlier, I'm going to get on the. I've been slowly adding in creatine, and I'm actually you got to do about 4 times as much as you normally do for about a week, about 5-6 days. And what happens is you load the creatine into your muscles, and then you drop back to about 5 milligrams a day or so, and continue it. That's your normal dosage then, and it does great for muscles and working out. Usually, when I used creatine back in the day, I was able to work out a lot more because your muscles don't burn out as quickly. So I'm kind of excited to get back on creatine. I see a lot of people use it for other health benefits nowadays. But again, anybody who takes creatine, especially on isolate, you got to drink like a gallon of water a day. So don't forget that.
Yeah, make sure you're hydrated.
Yeah. It will crystallize in your kidneys, I believe. I think it crystallizes in your kidneys. Like I say back in the day, don't take my word for it. Go out there, do your own research. I always used to say that in my videos. I was like, you know, I'm a fucking stoner. Everybody's like, don't live or die by what I say, guys. That's not very smart.
Ooh.
All right, let's do it. I'm dabbing these diamonds. I'm going to actually hit the shop today. I might swoop more of this blasted if I can find some of this good ones.
Ooh. And you say you go to Stizzy for that, or a different shop?
Yeah, Stizzy has all this stuff. Just because it's Stizzy doesn't mean they only have Stizzy. They have the same shit all my other shops have. It's just they do have more Stizzy though. If you walk in it, you know, it's like if you go in a normal shop, they might have like a lot of Stizzy, but when you go in this shop, half the shop is Stizzy. You know what I mean? So they have everything. If you want, like the Stizzy shop's the one where if you really want a specific Stizzy item, that's the shop to go to. If you
Yeah.
want, if you go to any other shop like OC3, the other ones I go to, Chronic and shit, you'll find Stizzy there. But again, it's going to be minimal selection compared to where you go to a Stizzy shop. Same thing with Jungle Boys, the whole 9 yards. You can find all these guys, but they also carry other guys' shit too. I don't.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Jungle Boys is good.
Jungle Boys has
That-
always been fire. I love their weed. If
Have
somebody
you heard
said if somebody said I had to smoke a weed, that's a big name. It'd be Jungle Boys.
a Jungle Boys pack?
Yeah, their weed
Jungle
has
Boys.
always been pretty far.
I like their wedding cakes or anything with the cake in it.
Yeah.
Ice cream cake, wedding cake.
I forget
Oh
some of the
man.
strains I had, but I mean, there was other guys that were good, but I mean, for a giant company like they are, they started out small and now they're so big, they still do pretty fucking fire. And if I had to make an extract, and I guarantee that trilogy, I can't afford it because that's like $100 a gram. I mean, I can't afford it, but I ain't gonna fucking pay it.
Oh,
But I mean, $100 a gram trilogy. Because I used to know the guys. I'd buy that shit for 35 a gram back in the day, the diamonds and the sauces. And so it's like I could probably hit up a couple guys and get it cheaper if I wanted to. But it's like pain in the ass at a point. I guarantee the best price I could probably even get it at. Say it's selling at the shop for 100. It's $50.
right.
Probably
Yeah,
half
like
price,
50.
yeah. Yeah, $50, yeah. Because 'Cause they'd be like, "That's how much I sell it to them for." I guarantee that's what they would say.
Mhm. I
Alright.
was gonna say, did you hear the controversy with the spray packs where they like spray the like fragrance onto the weed and they like sell it?
God, are they
This
starting
was
to
like
do that too? See that now see, I would know that when I smoke it though, because 'cause I'd be like, "This don't taste anything like the"
that's what I'm gonna say. Most people don't realize it until like they taste it.
uh
Like it smells like this, but it tastes different.
Well, remember back in the day, your dealer come over, you smelled it, you even smoked a little of it, and I mean, I don't think we did it for that reason, but I mean, that's a good point though. I mean, it can smell one way and taste different, even on legit weed, you know what I mean? So,
That happened to me a couple of times, but I mean, I still smoked it. I was fine afterwards.
right, right.
But but now like now that I just smoke dabs now. I mean, once in a while I'll smoke a joint, but
I'm gonna have to
now I just
rewatch Pineapple Express because that's a movie where everybody loves it. And I only think I watched it like a couple times and I haven't been a huge fan of it. Because I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they dumb down the stoners in all these movies. And I hate
oh
that.
yeah, they make us look unprofessional, but most
Yeah,
of us are
that's
professional.
why like Grandma's Boy was cool. Those guys was fucking getting shit done. There was nobody in that wasn't getting shit done. I mean, maybe Dante, but he was the weed dealer. That's what he was supposed to do. That's what he was supposed to
That
do.
guy-
He's got a karate monkey and he's got a lion and he's got, why do you get a lion? To protect my shit. Do you ever think of a dog? Yeah, but nobody fucks with a lion.
his role in Grown Ups as the cop. Oh my gosh. I don't know if
I
you've seen Grown Ups with Adam Sandler and Chris Rock and
I met
um
I met the dude who played Dante before. He's so nice. I talked to him on Instagram a couple times too. Super nice kid.
Is his real name Dante or is that
I
like a
think
stage
I
name?
think it is actually. Yeah.
He's really tan. He's like super, super, super tan.
He lives in like SoCal, Hawaii, and surfs.
Yeah, he's got a farmer's tan, a fucking. I wish I can get that brown. You see my dad. My dad's like freaking almost his color, like maybe a shade lighter of him.
Oh, it's the same thing with my
Um,
family. My dad's like damn near, he's damn near black, when he sits out in the sun. He just sits there and I get it. And I can get kind of dark, but I'm like you. It's like, man, they just do it easy. My
yeah,
my
right.
kid my kid's the same way. He's got that. I must have skipped my generation. He walks out in the sun, he's like whoosh, It's like, all right, well, cool.
A
Must
nice
be nice.
olive tan.
Yeah, exactly. He's got this blonde curly hair. He's blue eyes. This kid's got, he's gonna be smacking girls down. Like, because I mean, it's kind of rare, like his like attributes. He got these blue eyes, blonde curly hair. He's gonna be like this olive skin tone, like you said. Uh,
He's gonna look like one of those Greek gods with the curly hair.
oh yeah, exactly. He's so
Like if he
excited.
gets
What'd you
into
say?
sports or any type of like physical activity, he's definitely gonna like
Yeah.
because you have a good size to be honest.
He's
So
he's growing quick. I mean, he's taller than I was at his age. He's about 5'5", and he's heading into high school. I was shit. I think I was only like 5'1", maybe, and I was pretty short when I started getting into high school. I didn't have a growth spurt till I was a little bit later. I think when I was in like maybe 10th, 11th grade, I got up to about my height, like about 5'10". That's where I about stopped.
yeah, but I wish I had like a late growth spurt, but I'm stuck at 5'6", so
Yeah, it happens. Well, I
it
think
is what it
barefoot.
is.
Well, me and my brother always go barefoot. Barefoot, I think I'm 5'9.5". We always because everybody because if I have shoes on, I might be closer to 5'11". But everybody, I always joke. My dad he was short. He was about 5 foot tall, and we always fucked with my dad, and because he always said he was 5'2". And we said, "Well, take your shoes off." And we took his shoes off, and he was like 4'11". Yeah, and he's always trying to tiptoe it out. And we always fucked with him on that. But my dad was awesome. My dad was a baller though. He didn't fuck with him. You know what I mean? He taught me how to play basketball. And it's funny, you wouldn't think a guy 5 foot tall, but he was on a trick basketball team and everything. That's how I could spin a basketball and shit. My dad was better than me. He would take a basketball, like I could spin it pretty good. I did it in videos, but his control is like Harlem Globetrotters. You know what I mean? Like very well controlled. Well, I mean, yeah, I could do that even, but he would just like, I mean, he can the motion and like I don't know. It was just, and there was videos because since he was such a short person and little, there was these old videos where they pretended he was a robot, and they took a giant key and he bent over and they twisted it and they took the key out and he went and did his basketball thing. He would do it for like halftime shows at basketball games and shit. So yeah, so I mean, I was playing basketball at a young age, so that's why I ended up lettering my first year in high school too, which was cool.
Were you more of a passer, assister, or a shooter,
I was a
or
guard.
all?
I was a shooting guard.
Okay, I'm more like a take it to the hoop, or I like to shoot it.
I was
I'm
playing
not
during
really good.
Michael Jordan's time, so I would literally post up and do fadeaways. Like, I literally mimicked Jordan. I did, like, reverse layups. I literally was, like, a total mimic of Jordan. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I could do a reverse fadeaway really well because, like, since I'm only about 5'10", when I jump, a lot of these guys was taller than me, especially because I was in a D1 school, so even the guards were, like, 6'1", So I had to do that just to get away from them because and the other thing is it's always funny when I see people shoot. Like I'm actually my dad taught me how to shoot. Because my dad's short, so you shoot, and even pro guys. You ever see a professional or Michael Jordan? Look up any pro. They shoot over their head. And so there's two different ways to shoot. You can shoot from your chest, where people have it and they shoot, or your hips. Most people grab it and they shoot from their hips. And now that gets blocked, but so I would always be good I got really good at shooting over my head, you know what I mean? And that keeps the ball up a little bit higher. It keeps the ball up higher and it's harder to block the shot for sure. Yeah. But I mean, that's stuff you got to practice, practice, practice. In Ohio, I built a basketball court. My grandfather had like 4 acres in his backyard, and this dude he knew had a whole bunch of blacktop, and he would get extra blacktop, and he would just dump it. And he had a bobcat, and so my grandfather would let him have the dump truck and the bobcat there. And so I ended up taking all the blacktop he would dump, and I made a full fucking court. And I set up a basketball hoop, planted in the ground, and I would just practice, practice, practice. I practiced left-handed layups. That's the other thing. You want to get good both ways. You want to go left, go right. You know what I mean? All that stuff's important because so many people try to guard you right. And, you know, if you can go both ways, you know, it fucks them all up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, the other nice thing about what I've been ambidextrous my whole life. So when I played baseball, I wanted to throw with my left hand, but I was pretty poor and it's hard to get a right-handed glove back then, you know what I mean? So I ended up learning to throw with my right hand. And so like, you know, but then when I ended up batting left and right. So I was a switch hitter. So if the pitcher was a right-handed pitcher, I'd bat left-handed because I could see the ball a little bit farther. And if he was a left-handed pitcher, I'd bat right-handed, you know? And so, you know, that was the cool thing about that. And then later on, I ended up bowling. And so I bowled with my right hand and I hurt my bicep. And so I switched and I started bowling my left hand. I was so much better. So I'm a left-handed bowler if you ever bowl with me. I'm stronger with my left-handed too. I can like beat almost anybody with arm wrestling left-handed.
I'm not good at arm wrestling. Hell no. I'm good at pool. I'm good at basketball and
Oh, let's play some pool,
bowling.
baby. Oh, I was in pool leagues. Do you play league rules or like bar rules? Do you know the difference?
I think I play both. League rules is when like you have to call your shots, right? Call your
And it
shots,
has
count the
to hit
pocket.
it has to hit a rail, right? And you have to hit your ball on a
Mhm.
rail, right? No, I don't think you have to call your pocket. On league rules, if I recall, I'd have to double check. It's been a minute. I'm pretty sure league rules you have to hit your ball and a rail, and it don't have to call your pocket.
Okay.
And then bar rules is you call your pocket because league rules is kind of crazy. You could just play like I remember you could hit stupid shot. So a lot of times in league rules, I played professionals that were like Vegas guys, and so what they do is they would hit their ball a rail, and then they would almost snooker you. So if they put your ball behind their ball and you can't hit, if you hit their ball before you hit your ball on a rail, it's ball in hand on league rules. And so a lot of guys would do that on purpose. So you fuck up, then they get ball in hand. Once they get ball in hand, it's and ball in hand isn't like in league rules, if you scratch, it isn't behind the thing, it's anywhere on the table. So once
Oh
you get
wow.
ball in hand, you just put it wherever you want. So it's dangerous in league rules. Yeah. League rules is a lot different. And I played, like I said, I played in leagues in Long Beach in bar rules is pretty much like you said, call your pocket, this, that, and the other. League rules is you got to hit your ball on a rail. And if you don't, you get ball in hand. The other guy does. So it's kind of dangerous.
Holy shit. That sounds tough already.
Yeah. It's something you gotta learn. Like, I was so good at pool, and then once I played league, I was like, "Oh, this is a whole" like, I would have guys literally, like, they would pinch me, so, like, I'd be in the corner, and it'd be like, the cue ball, and then they would be their ball, and and it's, like, impossible to get around them, hit a rail and hit your ball. And once you don't, then they get ball in hand. Once these guys are really good, if you give them ball in hand, it's dangerous. You know what I mean? You know, because then I played this one dude. He was such an asshole. I was the worst guy I've ever. I hated playing this dude, and he was like, "I play Vegas," and you could tell. So here's what he would do: he would fucking basically snooker me. Then I would fuck up. He'd get ball in hand. You know what he did? Instead of running the table, no. He'd make a ball and then snooker me again. And so he just was like can you imagine having ball in hand across the table, just being like, all right, let's make one shot here. I was like, I was feeling pain. The pain was so painful because he was putting me in the worst positions where I couldn't even get to my balls. You know, it was so bad. But yeah, league rules isn't fun. But you know, I did that in Long Beach. I was pretty good though. I mean, I won a few games, but I mean, you know, they're really good. League rules is different than like bar rules. Bar rules is fun. I prefer bar rules.
Bar rules, me too. I can play both.
Yeah,
Take your dabs, load your bowls, take your
that's right.
pipes.
Dab time. I got one more beer here. Like I said, I saved a few from last night. Last beer, and then we'll go back to water.
I'm gonna go outside real quick.
And my fourth was so good, Joey Nugs. We just went out, checked out some fireworks, cooked some hot dogs. We didn't do a lot. I've got some shit to do today. Sebastian has his friend coming over tomorrow. They're gonna stay the night, and they're moving to Tennessee. So he's sad, and it's like it's a girl, but it's one of his good girlfriends. She's gonna stay on the other room, but it's sad. She's moving to Tennessee, so this is their last time they're gonna see each other. They're not like boyfriend girlfriend; they're just friends. But you know, they've been friends since like third grade, maybe. And so she's moving, so he's pretty sad about that. So we're gonna go see, I guess, the movie. What is it? Elo. So we're gonna go check out that movie when they come. I don't know what else we'll do. Maybe I'll make some food. We'll see. I feel so much better, guys. I don't think I'm gonna eat. I think I'm gonna start cooking my own food after I got food poisoning a couple times.
All right.
There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Can everybody see me? Dude, I like it. You're in like a hell yeah. Dude, it reminds me of my parents' old spot. We had a couple of places like that. I'll never forget my grandfather was 78 years old. We were in our little like it was like a pull-in carport, and he goes, I was hanging on those wood planks behind you doing pull-ups. And he goes, I could do more than you. And I go, Grandpa, you're 78. And he jumped up there and grabbed it. He did 2. And I was impressed still. But in his head, that just tells you how men think. He was still 21 years old in his head. Because this dude was like a military vet, you know, from fucking, you know,
Yeah.
I guarantee he used to bang out probably
Cool,
20
cool.
pull-ups or something, you know. But this dude, I was so worried. He did 2. I was still impressed. That's impressive for 78.
70, yeah.
I mean, you know, he doesn't work out every day. I'm sure there's guys who do more.
I want to make it to at least 80.
Dude, I didn't think I was gonna make it past 27 at the rate I was going at a young age, dude. I was going so fucking hard, dude. You got to figure at 17 years old, I was making like 4,000 a week, and I was flying to Las Vegas.
Oh,
Like my life could be like somewhat of a movie. It was
yeah.
stupid. It was pretty stupid. Some of the shit I was doing at a young age.
You learn from it. You learn from it, and now you're
Oh,
just
well, I mean,
chilling.
I didn't learn from it. I mean, I was selling weed. You know, I mean, I literally was moving bricks, you know, at young ages. You know what I mean? I mean, I would drive all over to find different types of weed, different grades of weed, and different pricing. And so, like, I mean, you know, I was making good money, you know, especially in like places like Ohio at the time. I would go to Michigan and different parts of Ohio. I had friends in Kentucky, even Kentucky, we had some pretty good weed. Because at the place I was located, I was able to go kind of everywhere. So, I mean, I was swooping some different packs, and I was making great money. And so I met this girl on AOL, and we flew out to Vegas for, let's fly out to Vegas like every month. That was crazy.
Crazy times.
Yeah. I saw they were digging the Bellagio fountains. So they
Oh
were,
wow.
yeah, it was before the Bellagio was even up. Yeah. I remember seeing them digging it, and I was like, "This is stupid. What's this giant hole?" And she goes, "Going to be this water fountain feature." And I said, "A water fountain feature?" And she goes, "Yeah, it's going to be like water fountains." And I go, "Well, that sounds stupid." And then, like after I saw it, I was like, "Oh, it is kind of cool."
Damn. I was gonna say, oh man, what was I gonna say? Fuck. I think it was something about Ohio. What was it?
Oh man,
So
like
when you were doing that, would you meet different types of like vendors? Well, the main question was Kentucky when you said that, because there's this YouTube channel called Cornbread, and they're like a hemp distribute something like distribution place,
Mm-hmm.
and it keeps on popping up on my YouTube things. I heard of Cornbread like genetics, so I was like, is freaking if you ever heard of that type of brand out of Kentucky?
Well, you got to understand when I was doing this was
More like
like
25 years ago.
25 years ago, yeah, or so. Yeah, it was so long ago. They weren't doing names or anything like that. So what would happen is I would find guys and let me close. I'm getting braided up. Um, so what would happen is I would just get, it'd be different grades of weed. Sometimes they would have names, sometimes they wouldn't. It'd be called kind bud, nice bud. Maui Wowie I sometimes got, but I mean, it all had to do with like the pricing. So some of the pricing would go from $50 an ounce to 100 to 200 to, and then it would jump usually to like $400 an ounce. So once you got to that, that would be the price of the weed. That would be no seeds at all at 400. And that's my pricing. And so then I would nickel and dime that out a lot more, because people would only buy a grams of that because it was so high. And I'd make a shit ton. I forget what I'd do a gram for, but I mean, that's basically how I did it. And I would meet guys from like in Ohio, there'd be different areas. So if you go all the way up to like, was it Urbana and then down to Springfield, there was a couple good places where I knew some guys in those areas. And then you'd have to go even farther up to Michigan if you want a really kind bud, and then Kentucky. So yeah, that was the day. But yeah, I didn't have any guys with names back then. There was no way. Those guys, I don't even know if were they even growing?
Man,
Because I mean,
I
I
wish I
think
was.
when I first started growing, I was like 1996, and I would do it with like books. I had to have books back then because even the internet didn't have a lot of shit. So yeah, it was tough back then. I remember learning about 24-hour light cycles and then switching them down to 12. So 24 and 12 light cycles was night and day difference learning. That's something you just don't learn about, and then once you start learning that, you're like, oh, wow, there's a big difference when you do that.
Oh yeah.
Your 24
Well,
hours going to be your
this
veg, and
is
then your
the
12 and 12. Well, I mean, back then, a lot of the guys, if you read the books, though, they would swap it down to like an 18.6. Or, yeah, was it 18.6? And then they would slowly work it down, which was just stupid. And it's just weird how some guys did it. But I mean, it is what it is. Guys to this day, I guarantee, do different light cycles like that. So, I mean, I'm not shocked.
That's my favorite. Testing out different light cycles.
Yeah.
1212 is my favorite.
I mean, yeah, you want your plant to do what it wants to do. You'll see, like, if you ever had a leak in your tent with like a light leak, you'll see your plant have a stutter. So you want it to close because once it goes night, that's when it's actually budding. Otherwise, it starts stretching. So I don't know. You just gotta want to kind of pay attention to all that. You'll see it as you go. 12 and 12's always been a good one. I mean, you can't beat that. And then once you dial in just 24 hours, 12 and 12, then you just got to get your nutrients, which Shido says it's been getting easier and easier. Even the light cycles have been getting easier and easier just because you're using LED nowadays. So you're getting less heat, less electricity. Okay. So you're going to save money on electricity. Without heat, you're going to save money because you're going to not need to use your air conditioning as much. So it's going to save everything all around. And then again, back to the nutrients. Shido said that the nutrients has been so simple. They're just simplifying everything. So he's kind of going backwards, but I mean, they do got simpler nutrients. So for the guys who want to get into it, he's kind of going back to how me and him used to do it, which is a little more complex. But he got a lot done doing the simpler shit at the other house. So. I mean, he had an automated system. His is still now pretty much automated, but I mean, the feeding isn't automated. He's automating the lights, the humidity, the fans, stuff like that. He's still doing he's still hand watering everything from what I know.
Yeah, I like
But
to hang water.
Hand watering is so much better. He had like I think it was mold issues in the lines and in his reservoirs. So it's just so hard to maintain all that, guys.
Yeah. 'Cause once you go, like you're probably out for like the whole day.
Yeah, you have to open it up, clean it up regularly. It's just a pain. It seems simple, but then it's kind of like a hamster. Or you know what I mean? It's like, oh, he's in a cage. It's simple. And then when you go to clean the fucking cage out, you're like, oh, this sucks. Because I had a hamster. We had a ferrets. And then we're in an
Yeah.
apartment. We were in an apartment. Can you imagine having to dump all that? It was just such a pain. They were cool though. I had 2 cool ferrets though. They would like to get under my shirt. So they would be under my shirt just running around under here if I had them. They were crazy. Especially when I was smoking weed. They just loved to run around under my shirt. But
What color were they? Were they white, brown, were they
uh
black?
they were kind of grayish brown. It was grayish brown colors, yeah. I got them because of I forget what movie. What was that movie that came out at the time with the ferrets? I always wanted ferrets, and that one movie came out. God, was it? Oh man, where's Mark when you need him? Anyway, I'll go to
Yeah.
Jamie. What movie back had the ferrets in it? Back in the late '90s, early 2000s. Let's see what it says. All right, let's see how good Jamie is. No, it was in the 2000s. Oh, Mark's like, I'm calling just to answer this question. What up, Mark?
Mark's here.
Hey, what's going on?
Mark.
Can you answer my question? What was that movie back in the late 2000s that had the ferrets?
They had the what?
They had ferrets in it. Remember?
Ferrets.
Yeah, was it like
Oh, it was fucking Kindergarten Cop. The
yeah,
kid had
that
ferrets. See, they
that's what
get
it
rabies, or
that's what the
and the
thing
bad guy
said.
gets bit by one of the
No,
ferrets.
no, I'm thinking of the magical movie where they talked. Was it like Narnia?
I don't know.
No, no.
No,
Oh, what was the movie that had the polar bears? Remember, it had polar bears in it too that talked.
Golden Compass.
Oh, Golden Compass, right? Yeah, that could have been it, right? That sounds about right. Let's double check. Did Golden Compass have ferrets in it? Yes, they did have ferrets in it. That was the movie. Golden Compass. Thank you, Mark.
There we go. Yeah, a lot of people weren't too happy with that movie because it was supposed to be the opposite of Chronicles of Narnia,
Right, right. That's
where
why
it
I was
speaks out
confused because
against the
Narnia
dangers of.
and it was very similar.
It was like the anti-Narnia, where it's telling you the dangers of religion. But the movie, whenever they made it, they kind of pussied around that.
I never thought about I never thought about it that way. I like your hammock, dude. Hammock and a robe. That's the way to do it, bud.
Yeah, we had a little party last night, and it's still a little messy back here, but
Hell yeah. Did you shoot any fireworks or just watch any or anything?
I mean, we heard them.
Yeah, yeah. We heard them. That's all you need. You're like us. As you get older, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I mean, you've seen one fireworks show, you've seen them all. It's not like they're going to be showing anything I haven't seen.
The only thing nowadays I'd want to go see is I think there was this one area that was doing a drone show. Those
Yeah,
are
I
kind
haven't
of
heard of it.
cool.
But yeah, it was a cool party. Met some people. Met some dabber friends.
Oh yeah.
Made some dabber friends. One of them that works he works distribution for head shops or for dispensaries. I mean, so it could
Right.
be a good end to get a job.
That's hell yeah. I thought about working at a dispensary. I don't know.
I mean, right now I'll take anything. But
Yeah.
there's this place they're opening up nearby. It's kind of like arcade bowling. You know, they do events and stuff, and they're having a job fair, and they need people to help with the events. So I might do that.
That's cool. There's places by me that do like there's what do they call where you rent it out for like an hour and you got a gaming setup to do whatever gaming you want. They got ones that have like racing simulators, like the whole, you know what I mean? I mean, there's some cool shit that's getting set up. The whole market for everything's changing. If I was GameStop, that's what I would move into.
Yeah.
Just can you imagine and you don't even have to have a lot. Start out small. In the back of the room, have a couple rooms, one maybe with a racing simulator, one with a game simulator to add in, rent it out. You know what I mean? If it gets too busy, add more. You know, it's a real simple idea. Because I mean, when I took my kid to the one, it was so booked, dude. They had tournaments. They had like, I mean, it was crazy how they did it. They had like Minecraft tournaments. They had Mario Kart tournaments. You know, it was, you know, and that was just on the regular ones, let alone the racing one. Josh, I love you, Mark.
So
oh,
who's
oh,
this, Josh?
I finally banned Alex. I finally saw Alex went a little crazy. I didn't see what happened. So you don't have to see him anymore.
Yeah, that's good. Cause yeah, fuck that guy. I'm sorry, but
You
you know,
wasn't e
hoping
you wasn't even in a video, and he started talking about you. I was like, "Jesus Christ, dude."
you got problems. Like, why me?
I
Out of
know.
everyone, why?
Well, I was just like,
Well, like,
he came in, you wasn't in it, and he just started talking shit about you. I was like, "All right, well, your
it's
wife
like
is what." Once he said your wife, I was like, "She doesn't even come in the video." I hate when people do that. Like I said, I don't mind if they talk about people who's in my videos, but don't talk about anybody else. That's ridiculous.
yeah, you can talk shit about me all you want, but once you go after my wife, it's you
Exactly.
know.
Like, you choose to come on here, she doesn't, or your family doesn't, so I hate when people do that shit.
Sometimes my wife will come on. You know, she
Well,
will come
yeah,
on the stream with
but
me.
you know what I mean. You're on the stream. I don't care if somebody comes on and dabs, that's different, but you're on the stream.
But Alex, Alex doesn't even come on the stream, and he
Right.
talks shit.
All good. We don't have to see his comments at least.
Good. All they do is see. You want a positive experience with everyone here, right?
Oh,
You
yeah,
want everyone here to
100%.
have a positive experience.
Well, that's what
And
happens. I hate when the vibe gets fucked up.
it's people like Alex, you know, they just, you know, they don't want a positive experience.
I know.
They live a shitty, miserable life, and they want everyone to be as shitty and miserable as they are.
Oh, I tell that to people all the time. I say, you know, I have friends in Cali, and you learn it. You see it, and that's why Cali is Cali chill. You know, Mark's probably
Like
seen it as
he
he
needs
moved
a
here.
ham-
People
he needs a
chill
hammock.
way chill because it's like when you see somebody, and I always tell that to my brother and anybody else. You gotta, and you know, it's tough to do. I'm really bad at it too. But understand when somebody comes at you with this really negative, hateful energy, all they're trying to do is bring you down to their level. You know what I mean? So you got to ignore that. Let them, you know, let them be hateful, and you know they can be sad and miserable, and that's fine. You know,
But
don't get mad and come down to them either.
the best thing you can do is like is ignore them,
Yeah.
even if you have to block them. You know, blocking is like the ultimate ignore. You
Oh
just
yeah.
fucking. Sometimes you have to, you know, take the trash out of your life for you to have a good life.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're over 40 years old, you and
Well, I
me.
mean, you know, it's one thing to say I was drunk, and then it's another thing to do it every single time.
No, what is it? Drunk words or sober thoughts?
100%. Drunk man's
Dude,
words.
it's fuck. Anyways, though, it was a good 4th of July last night. We had a good party. I met some good friends, you know, made some good
Cheers,
friends.
WW. Yeah, hell yeah, bud.
My roommate, one of my roommates, like the other one, he's in Oregon right now, but he's cool as fuck. But the other one, Brandon, he's also cool as fuck. And yeah, he plays the guitar. He's on the spectrum. What it helps him be like a polite roommate. He
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
want to make any waves, and neither do I. I just want to have a good time and chill.
I'd
And
be
like
shocked in a
he's
million years if everybody's
just,
on the spectrum.
yeah. Well, he's super on the spectrum.
Well, I see what you're
Like he
saying.
first conversation, he's just like, I'm on the spectrum, so I don't know how to end the conversation. I was like, okay, man. Well, thank you for coming to us and asking questions. Have a good one.
I got
I
a
was like,
good
okay.
live for you. I don't know how to end the conversation. We're gonna be here forever.
Yeah, it was a cool party, met some cool people. Like that was a problem I was having here, was like the only people I would be cool with and friends with would be people I met at work.
Right.
I quit Sprouts when I quit that job. It was just too much stress, and now we live like on the other side of town, so it's just fuck that job.
Man, if I worked at grocery, I don't want to work in the dairy department. I like to be cold as fuck.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to work. I kept
Yeah.
asking them. They fucking wanted me in the deli. The
Damn it.
deli is the worst fucking part
Yeah.
of the grocery store.
Because
It really
I
is.
was a 7-Up sales rep, and I always saw all the dairy guys. I would go in the back, and I'm like, man, I remember on hot days, especially in like a super Walmart, I would go back in the dairy department, and they would have these coolers were so big they had forklifts in them. And so I'd go back there and chill out, and it'd be like fucking so cold. My buddies would let me do it, and I'd be just it felt so good. Back there. They'd have coats on. I'd be in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, bro. I would be back there without a jacket on or without a coat, and they'd be like, "Aren't you cold?" I was like, "Nah, this is nice."
This is perfect, especially if you work hard.
It's out
Like I'm a
here,
hard
there's
worker.
out
The
here.
harder I
You'll see
work, I
people.
sweat. I was like, I want it cold.
There's out here be like 45, 50 degrees. You'll see people with fucking heavy ass jackets and scarves and shit. And I was like, really? I'll be walking
Mark,
around in shorts.
I'm in Newport Beach. If it gets to 60 degrees, people are in fucking parkas. Fuck 45. These guys drop at 60 degrees. They freak out.
Oh, man. But yeah, like we were having a problem making friends, and yesterday, like all of our roommates' friends were really cool.
Oh yeah.
Like I've never really had a problem making friends. It's just I had to I got to get out there and do stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I think
So,
you're probably like me. You've done it your whole life, and it just gets less and less enjoyable. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't know. We know the process. You know what I mean? The process is, I don't know. The process is the process. Well, it's like me. If you actually know me, like my wife knows me, I shut down, especially when I'm not on YouTube and like in general. Like sometimes you'll see me on. It's either I'm on or off. That's either me. Like you know what I mean? It's like either I'm on or off. If I'm off, people see me and they're like, he looks really angry, and it's just because I'm just sitting here like this the whole time.
no, you're not angry. You're just ready.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. And I'm sorry my face
Yeah,
don't look I'm sorry I'm not smiling, you know what I mean? Should I be just always grinning, Because I remember I tell this story a few times. I was a 7-Up sales rep, and I'm just doing this. I'm punching in my numbers. This little kid looks over and goes, "Mommy, why is that guy angry?" And I could hear everything. I really, and I look over him. She goes, "Leave him alone. Leave him alone." She grabs him and walks away. And I was like, I wasn't even angry at all. I was having a great day. It was just like, what am I supposed to be smiling about? Punching in my fucking 7-Up orders. We need 5 packs of 7
I
Up,
know
2
how,
Diet, 3 Sunkist, 3 Diet, 3
I know how women,
A&W. Jesus. What'd you say, Mark?
I know how women feel.
Yeah,
Smile,
no.
honey. Like, goddamn, let me fucking be. Look, I'm happy. I'm not smiling. Get over it.
Yeah, that's why I say resting bitch face. Resting
You're
anybody's face.
nervous.
I don't think anybody, whoever is resting like this, you're creepy. You are creepy.
Yeah, if you're you're fucking
If I
being
ever see somebody just chilling, I'm gonna freak out. If that's your
well, I don't know,
chill face.
they might be They might be Mormon, but that's still creepy.
Well, California was the first time I came out here, and I met my boy Ryan up in Bakersfield, and we would just sit around and smoke, and nobody would talk for like
Yeah,
hours. You know, and it was so nice because it was like you didn't feel like you had to fucking like keep a
right. See,
conversation
that's the
fucking going.
friends that where you can just hang out with. You don't have to say shit. You just want their companionship. You just want to hang
Yeah,
out with someone
you
that you
know,
know is not going to kill you.
yeah, we'd smoke weed. He'd play music. We might watch a movie. We might just sit there and just get stoned and zoned and just not talk, and then you'd always see these new guys that would come from like the East Coast, no offense. But yeah, I was from the East Coast too. But then they come out there and they're just blah, 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 and we're just sitting here like, we don't need to know your whole life story. Now I know I do it on YouTube, but it'd be very boring if I didn't. If I just sat here on YouTube the whole time.
Yeah, WW. I want to say that we would do that when I worked at Subway. We would dab in the not in the freezer, but in the fridge that had the what's it called? Like all the veggies and like the non-frozen shit.
Yeah, I used to dabs in there. Yeah, I know. Well, I used to know. Yeah, I used to know when I was 7-Up sales rep, I had like 100 accounts. A lot of them were gas station. You'd always see people just chilling in the break in the cooler.
Yeah.
And then I'd go back there and be like, while you're back there, can you fucking load my fucking, Sunkist or Snapple? Because it's like, fuck, I'm out of diet Snapple, fucking peach. Fucking put it in there while you're sitting back there. Yeah, 7-Up. Because 7-Up, we had 7-Up, Sunkist, A&W, Diet Right, Snapple. Some of those Snapple, the Snapples were fucking always busy.
Yeah. Fucking yeah. Before I worked there at that Subway, they were just smoking weed out of pipes.
Yeah.
But I came in there with my fucking little dry rig. I was like, fucking, we're fucking working this shitty Subway. Get ripped.
Yeah.
Taking dabs.
Let's go.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to hold my phone up.
I told
Taking
Justin
dabs
to get on. Oh, it's
when you're at work.
7:10. We totally missed 7:10. Fuck. Mark did it.
Cheers.
Mark didn't. All right, cheers, bud.
Or 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. That means I don't know what that means. 7-Eleven. That means you got to eat a hot dog and a slushy or something like that.
A big gulp.
You got to get a big gulp and a hot dog. Uh-oh. The phone is a ringing. Don't come a knocking. The phone is a ringing. Don't come a knocking. The phone is a ringing. Don't come.
Hey, what's up?
Man, Justin, you are always on fire when you come on here.
I know, I can't ever get anything straight out. It's always like crooked, sideways, straight, forward,
Your glasses are on flawlessly.
Oh, that's right.
What was the no alien hat? What was the killer clowns? No killer clowns hat today.
No, Killer Clown. Today's the Bengals. The Bengals.
Well, I can't see it.
You hear about that? Killer Clowns from Outer Space are coming out with a game.
We've been hearing about that. We've been hearing them come out with a game. And remember, Justin, we heard about the Killer Clowns game.
Oh yeah, the Killer Clowns. Yeah.
Would you like them to remake the movie?
Yeah, I thought they were supposed to.
It depends on who's making it. It depends on who's directing it.
Who's a good director?
And it had to be rated R for me to take it to. I want it to be rated R.
You don't.
It was PG-13, right?
Nah, well, maybe. Yeah, I mean, you got to figure back then everything was PG-13, right?
80s PG-13 was a lot different. Like,
what was the Killer Clowns movie rated? I mean, you got to figure Hackers was PG-13, and they showed Angelina Jolie's tits. Yep, PG-13.
Well, yeah, they need to. Yeah, it would be interesting to see what they do with it.
Would it still be funny? Remember the funny parts? Wasn't that the point, though? It's kind of like that,
You know,
like
it would be,
horror comedy.
it would be cool if they did like a comic book or a graphic novel. That would probably sell.
Yeah.
That seems like good, graphic novel material.
What are you doing, Justin?
Nothing.
Just doing a prayer?
Yeah, doing a little prayer.
Hey, Ted,
Let's
what do you think
go.
about the tree?
I think we all just got cursed, Justin. That's why.
Sacramental. The
No,
Sacramento is
I
known
was
as
just
the
doing
sacred
my
tree.
little prayer.
There's so many fucking trees out here.
Oh,
I do like the trees. It looks good. I like the shade. I always like shade under a tree. You
Yeah,
get
there's a lot of shade.
oxygen.
And it's great because it like there's shade on my windows, on my bedroom windows, so it doesn't
Yeah,
get too hot.
that's
The
awesome.
bedroom.
That saves your
Yes.
electricity for heating up, your air conditioning.
Oh, I didn't even mention the best part. They got this bitch solar powered.
Oh, that's even better.
They have solar on this house.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, the utilities is like 150, 175 a month. That's like between everyone.
Damn, that's awesome.
And we used to have to pay that alone at our old place.
All right, Justin. How you been, bud? Did you do anything for the 4th of July?
No, just watched Al shoot off fireworks in
You
our
you
backyard.
just stared at Al?
Yeah, it was actually a pretty fun show, the fireworks show.
You put it off in your backyard?
Yeah, all the neighbors showed up. They were like, "What the fuck?" Because well, he spent like I think it was $500 on fireworks.
Did he
Um,
get mortars? Did he get mortars?
mortars.
You know, where you drop it in and goes, "Whoosh," and
They
shoots up
were
and goes,
the border,
Oh yeah, he had what they call he had these big boxes called the banana split, and there was 70 shots per box. You just light
Damn.
it once, and it was like bam! It was 70. It was fucking amazing. It was pretty cool. Yeah,
your
yeah,
neighbors
banana
must have.
split.
now your backyard has that giant tree. That's where he
Well,
did
no,
it?
no, no. I take that back. Not in our yard, but the garage in the parking lot area. That's where it was. Yeah,
In
yeah.
between your house and what's his name's
That
house?
that old, the dude that died.
Yeah,
Yeah, or yeah,
Art. Yep. I
yeah.
and back there, or did it close to the road?
What was that?
Did he do it back by the garage or
By the
closer to the road?
garage.
All
Yeah,
right.
by the garage. Yeah, by the garage.
I'm
And there
sorry,
was
nobody
neighbors.
gives a shit about this. I'm just curious because the garage is probably, what would you say, at 50 yards from the road, maybe?
Yeah, probably about 40 or 50. Yeah,
Okay.
from the yard
From the main road.
back.
The main road's 47. It's a main highway. That's why I
Yeah,
was just kind of curious. All right.
yeah.
Interesting. I was just trying to get a picture. There's a lot of trees and shit, but did they shoot up really high? How high did they go?
Well, he had sent. What he did was he had the little tunnels, the little tubes
The
formed.
mortars. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah, but then he had the cinder blocks, to keep them together so that
Yeah,
they
the
wouldn't shoot all.
mortars. Right, right. That's what I was
Yeah.
just asking. Anyway, so
Um,
so they did shoot up pretty high.
yeah, yeah, and all the neighbors were watching. Oh yeah, yeah, all the neighbors. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
You know what? I want to say something. Like, I don't give a shit what anyone says about California and their patriotism. It was like a fucking war zone out here. Like, people, like,
All right.
it was Rivercat Stadium, like a stone's throw away, where they do the fireworks. But then, like, everyone around was fucking lighting off fireworks. Everyone around, and like next street over, street behind us, our street, like shit
Mhm.
was going down. Like I've heard more fireworks here than I've heard living in Texas and Arkansas.
Oh, they're crazy out
So,
here. But the cop pulled up and they were shooting them all over, and the cops don't give a shit.
nope. They just really,
That's
they don't like you doing it after midnight.
Right. Well, dude, in Long Beach, like I said, I remember I was up on my 8th floor looking out over Long Beach downtown. You'd see everywhere. And downtown Long Beach, they're shooting mortars. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm talking, when if people don't know what mortars are, that's the big ones that explode. That's what's so
Yeah,
crazy. And that's what I was trying to ask Justin what they were doing.
was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, dude, Nick. Al had a banana. I think it was called the banana split box. It was a big box. It had 66 shots. So he lit it and it fired 66 fireworks
He
in
said it was 70.
that one shot. I'm like, holy shit. Holy damn. Man,
He said it was
66.
70
It,
earlier.
it felt like the regular 4th of July in Sydney. I was like, holy damn. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. No cops were called.
No, it's legal as long as you're on your property and it's between, I think, July 1st and 4th. It's legal. But anything beyond that, you can get in trouble, if people complain
That is
about it.
hilarious that they
Yeah.
choose certain days. They're like, just
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
these
they
days.
do. Yeah. Yeah. And then
That's
after he did his show, Al, we watched the Sydney fireworks show on our front porch because you could see it on our porch, the fireworks. It was actually not bad this year. I think Sydney must have made more money or something because it lasted about 25 minutes and I was like shocked. Normally it's 15 to 20 minutes. I was like, wow, maybe Sydney's doing better financially. But
that's cool.
but
Oh yeah,
yeah, it was about yeah.
that's cool, dude. Well, happy 4th, bud. Yeah, we got back from the
Yeah.
cruise not too long ago on the 1st. It was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, how was the cruise? Where'd you guys go? Was it the same route or a
Yeah,
different
yeah,
route?
Cabo and Sonata, but it was on the
Huh,
Royal Caribbean, which was so much nicer.
that's awesome.
Makes Carnival look like the dollar store of cruise ships.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So picture going from the dollar store to like Super Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a difference.
Maybe I'm not even comparing that right. Picture going
Maybe
from,
dollar store to Target.
huh?
Maybe like compare like it'd be better like compare the dollar store to Target.
Well, we got better service. So I was trying to rethink that. I was like, maybe like Motel 6 compared to Hyatt Regency.
So,
Yeah,
Because
that's a pretty big difference.
the service was so much nicer. I think the service and how people treated you was so much keys.
yeah,
That's
it
awesome.
probably
How
I
many
felt
nights? How, how many
it's
nights
like
was?
more like what do you want versus how can I help you?
Exactly. 100%.
How
I
many
was
nights was
it
it?
was it was a week, like Wednesday to Tuesday, 6 days.
Yeah.
Uh, how's everything
How
been?
was
Good for
it?
you, Justin? I haven't talked to you in a minute.
Oh, doing great. Can't complain. Everything is doing great.
Oh, are you coming out in October?
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. Yeah, what's going on in October
Are you
or in
on the
Halloween?
Discord by chance? Do you know how to get on Discord?
Wait, I thought I was, but I think I lost it.
All right. Well, why don't you work on the Discord? I'll message you too. But what you got to do is I want you to get booked. So everybody's already booking right now. So it's going to be October 25th through November 1st.
Wait, 7 days, 1 week.
Well, I mean, no, again, you don't have to. Nobody has to stay that whole day. What we're doing is on the 30th is we're doing the Dab to Die Gauntlet. So that's the most important day.
Hmm.
But I mean, like they're going to be renting out like Airbnbs and staying in hotels. So depending on how many people's coming and who books what is going to depend on, like where everybody wants to stay. He's like, I know Veggie's coming. He's going to stay in a Motel 6 and he wants to get an Airbnb for at least 2 days for his birthday and do the Dab to Die Gauntlet. I think
Yeah.
Eric, are you coming, right?
Yes, I am.
Eric's coming right here. Mark might be coming for a day or so. And like, we're just going to have a lot of fun. So I want you to make sure you get booked, bud.
Well, now that me and Jesse have moved into a much more affordable place, October is feeling a lot more likely.
Oh yeah. That's
For
awesome. Love to hear that.
we just want to figure out where we're staying because
Right.
it would be cool to stay in the Airbnb, but also as a couple, we don't want to stay in an
Well,
Airbnb.
well,
with
like
a
I
bunch
said, I mean, I'm gonna
of-
talk to. I want everybody to kind of talk because I mean, he wants to do it for 2 days, depending on everybody might stay in their own place and just come out for the sesh or I don't know how it's all gonna work. We got to kind of dial that in. So, but yeah, I agree, that'll be fun. But I'm glad you got some more
we
money.
can stay at a hotel or something too, but that's no problem.
Yeah, I mean, I know Veggie says he wants to just stay in a Motel 6 with Eric,
Well,
and
I'm not
then
staying in a motel. I'm not staying.
I don't know.
I've had it before.
Eric's
Well,
like, I don't know if I want a Motel 6 either. Well,
I'm
maybe
happy
if you,
again.
well, I mean, if you guys all talk, maybe you guys could get a nice Airbnb. So I don't know. You guys think about it. I know the
Oh no!
Airbnbs are so sick where
Wait,
they
wait,
literally have
wait.
their own rooms and bathrooms.
What's the dates again?
October 25th
To
Wait.
the
to
first.
November 1st.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to talk to you more sober, but yeah.
No, I'm sober. I know.
But yeah, anybody
Yeah,
wanting
the
to do it?
20. Yeah, the 25th to the 1st of November. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and so the more people come, you guys get a better room. Honestly, it would be ideal if you guys all ended up with an Airbnb because it would be for the whole time, just because it would be nicer and maybe cheaper the more people who get it. But I mean, you guys got to kind of dial that in.
More convenient, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking about. You know what I was thinking about though? Maybe the MGM. That'd be nice.
Let's go.
But we got to think about a place where we can, dab and smoke.
Well, Justin, here's the idea. How about this? You come out, you could stay longer than that, and then maybe after that we could go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah. Sounds good.
I mean, because you haven't been out. I haven't seen Justin in about
casinos in
13 years.
California.
I know, it's been a long time.
We have casinos here in California. One's up the road, and then we'll play slots and cars and everything.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure. I think that's going to be the way to go, dude. Once you guys all get that, because I mean, nobody wants to be in a Motel 6. These Airbnbs aren't too bad if you get enough people in them for sure. Because I've seen them and I've been in them where like every room has their own bathroom. It's beautiful. They are beautiful.
Yeah, those are really nice ones, but if it's gonna be where you're at, they're gonna be really fucking expensive.
Well, it could be in a distance. I mean, they ain't too far. Huntington Beach is the way where I think you guys were going to go, which isn't too much farther, and those places aren't too bad. Newport Beach is a little more expensive than Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sounds freaking fun. That sounds really fun.
The weather's gonna be so nice too.
It's always nice.
It feels nice right now. Yesterday, the high got up to like 89 out here. That's pretty low for July.
Our highs was 74.
I'm in my joggers and robe. You know, I'm wearing the joggers and robe. It's like in the 50s right now.
You guys are gonna love it out here, guys. We're gonna have a great time. Get big dabs. I can't wait for the gauntlet, dude. If we could get everybody in the Airbnb, that'll be the craziest because we could have like fucking some parties. That'll be some fun.
Yeah, and have a 24-hour stream. Like my wife, you know, can help set that up.
Yeah, see, that's the thing I talked to you before. Yeah, that would be
She
sick
has
to
the
do.
technical know-how. She's got
Because
that.
I got the
You know, she
Mac. I'll,
works.
I'll bring the computer and everything.
And now, where's that at? Where's that located?
Who's the guy with the long hair? G?
Oh,
Yeah,
G will be
G.
there. Yeah, he'll be there.
I haven't seen him for a while.
Some, you know,
All the
get
guys you've seen in videos. G will be there. Sheeta will be there. I might
there's
try to get
Hey,
I want to try to
you
get
know,
Raider Nation down. I don't know if you guys remember Raider Nation. Man, if
I
I could get
remember you
him
mentioned.
down, if I get Raider
Yeah.
Nation down, that'd be kind of cool. What were you saying, Justin?
oh no, I was just saying, wouldn't it be cool, you know, to go like the MGM? You know, that'd be freaking fun.
I
That,
told
you know,
you
that'd be,
after this. Why don't you just stay 2 weeks and we'll do it after? How about that?
yeah.
Nick, you talking about Los?
Yeah, Los. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember him too. Man.
Yeah, yeah, Los for sure. He actually stopped smoking. He does mainly he builds these cutting boards and he does a lot of whiskey. But he still has all the rigs. Remember that he had that green rig and he had the volcano and
The rigs, and yeah, we could definitely
well, that's the thing I was
use
thinking. If he
it.
comes down, it'll be extra rigs. I know he's always cool
Doesn't
to
he
do
live in
that.
Oakland? Doesn't he actually live closer to me?
Yeah, I'm sure he does. God, you guys should fucking carpool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hey, Nick, you
yeah,
there?
I'm gonna have to actually hit him up. I'll
Hey,
talk to him on Facebook. What were
hey.
you saying, Justin?
No, I was saying that's a good idea. You know, the dates you were saying, October 25th to the 1st. Yeah, maybe I could come in later, you know, because I don't think I could spend 2 weeks, but maybe spend like 8, 9, 10 days there. That'd be awesome. You're talking Vegas, right?
Well, why don't no, we're talking here, and then maybe after
Yeah.
everybody does this, maybe you and me and whoever else wants to, we can hit Vegas.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, you know, I could always go to Vegas, you know, first, but
He wants to party.
Yeah, I understand that, Justin, but you gotta have everybody ready to go unless you want to do it by
No,
yourself.
no one's gonna want to go.
So why don't you come in on the
Friday
28th? What I'd have to look up a date. And so you said 10 days. So go from like the 28th to the
like the
7th.
6th or
Oh,
7th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, I could fly into Vegas. You know, have
No,
a
that is
hotel
not
there.
what we're saying. Never mind. I'm not gonna talk to you now. Jesus Christ.
Uh,
I said it's after this, but you ain't listening. Got it. It's like talking to
But,
anyway.
uh,
Do you know what after means or not?
yeah, you
All
said
right,
after.
so don't fly into Vegas. Got it.
Oh, well, you guys were saying
After.
Vegas,
No, I
so
said
how,
after. I said after. I said we're doing it in Huntington Beach, and I said after is what I
no,
said.
you didn't say Huntington Beach to me. Maybe to them, but you know, not to me. You know, so yeah.
All right, you go to fucking Vegas, and we'll be
Yeah.
here. Got it. Okay.
But no, I'm just saying you didn't say Huntington. You didn't say Justin Huntington Beach.
No, I said we're having a
25th.
sesh out here in California. I said maybe
No, you
after
didn't.
we can go to Vegas.
No, you didn't
Rewind,
say that to
rewind,
me.
rewind, try
No,
again.
you didn't say Huntington Beach. You didn't.
All right. Well, here's the plan. Okay. Ready? We're having a sesh out here. If you want to go to Vegas, it's
Yeah.
going to have to be after the sesh. Got it? I said that 5
Right.
fucking times.
Well, dude, you were so casual about it. You didn't like specify.
We've been talking about this for months.
Specify.
We've been
And
talking about this for months.
well, I just showed up. I literally just showed up.
Anyway. So if you want to do Vegas,
Oh,
it's going to have to be after this. Got it? So if you just don't want to do this,
yeah.
how about you skip this
Oh,
and then we'll go to Vegas? Got it. Jesus fucking Christ.
oh, that'd be. It actually would be great.
All right. That's what we'll do. Anyway, guys.
Yeah.
I like your house, dude. That looks so nice, dude.
That would be great. 7 days at the MGM.
Who are you talking to?
Himself. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
No, that's awesome. I think my idea is great, but
Right. I'm not doing it, but okay.
Yeah.
Cheers.
well, I'll be there. I'll still be there.
All right. Well, have fun. All right. Cheers.
Yeah.
Spirit. Clean it, clean it.
So what's happening, Justin? I'm going to say it one more time. Is from the 25th to the 1st of November, there is a sesh being held in Southern California.
Thank you. Okay, in California, not just the 25th to the 1st, but it's in California. Okay, that's better.
Everybody's coming down from the 25th to the 1st.
Yes, the 25th to the 1st in California.
Right.
Yes.
If you want to
Yeah.
do Vegas, you're going to have to stay after it, and maybe we'll hit Vegas. Got it?
Great, you didn't say that, but I appreciate it now. Good job.
Please rewind this whole video after we're done and watch it again, and then call me a fucking liar, okay?
No, I'm just saying from my perception. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
All good.
All right. I gotta get
No,
going.
I know you did.
All right.
I know.
All right,
I
all
know
right,
for
Mark.
a fact.
Shh.
Wait,
All right,
I
Mark.
know for a
Thanks for
fact
coming
you
on, bud.
didn't say.
Peace out,
Yeah,
bud.
no, wait. Let me finish. I know for a fact you did not say when you said originally, when you said the 25th to the 1st, you did not say California 25th to the 1st. I do know that. I do know that.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
So
Well, then I apologize.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I would remember that. I remember dates and locations. I would remember if you said California. Yeah.
So that's the plan. So if you want to come out here and hang out with all the guys like Veggie, Eric, Mark, and everybody who's coming out, possibly Cannabis and all these guys. So if you want to do that, that's the dates. We might possibly hit Vegas after that, but I mean, we haven't planned for that yet. Do you get that?
Yeah. Well,
That's the
yeah.
second.
Thanks. You just told me just now. Yeah.
All right. So do you want to come for this or do you want to skip it?
The 25th to the 1st?
Well, you don't have to come between. It can be. You don't have to stay the whole fucking
And-
time. Like I've already said, that's when Veggie's coming and possibly Eric and all these other guys. So
I mean, sure. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is like on the fly.
well, I don't
check
think
my calendar.
October.
Check.
I don't think October 25th to the November 1st is on the fly. But okay.
Well, I mean,
New to
now.
him.
I mean, right now
to-
it's on the fly. Yeah.
We
new
did
to
say.
him.
Yeah,
All for
what-
us.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you
no-
think about it. How about you think about it? And what we got.
no.
Oh, Noah. Don't you want to hang out with Noah too? Noah's coming.
Put the dates
Who's
down.
Noah?
Huh? Who the fuck's Noah?
Who-
I swear to God, you are fucking. Oh my God.
Nick, it's okay. He's recovering from
I swear to God, he
yesterday.
has Alzheimer's. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
No, I'm thinking of Noah's Ark and all that kinds of shit.
Right. All right. Well, then fuck. You are the one who's messaged me. Can I have Noah's number? And it's like, what the fuck is
Noah.
going
We're
on?
talking about. Oh, never mind. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. No, I
Let's
was just
go.
messing around. I was like, man, I wanted to fuck around with Noah,
Well,
sports
I don't
talk.
know how that
Yeah,
sounds, but
sport,
okay. Okay, sports.
sports.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure you say that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't think
Oh
Noah's
my
gonna
god.
want to fuck around with you if you keep talking like
Well,
that.
not like that. No, I meant sports talk. Because hey, the dude seems to nail his numbers all
Oh,
the time.
dude knows sports better than you and Dad. He's like you and
That's why
Dad.
I wanted
Yeah,
to talk to him. That's
I
why
know.
I wanted to talk to him,
I know.
dude. That's the reason.
I know. He's a gambler, baby. He's like Dad. He reminds me a lot of Dad too.
I know. That's why that was part of the reason why I was like, dude, give me Noah's number. Give me his number.
All
You
right.
know, because dude, my gambling numbers and predictions suck. On gambling.
He's good.
Always suck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll get you in touch. He's in San Diego right now. He's having some fun.
Now, where's he
He's living
from, Noah? Where does he
He's
live?
here. He actually went to the same middle school Sebastian went to.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was on the East Coast, like Georgia, Carolina, Florida.
No. And he's young. He's young. He's in his 20s. I knew him for like 10, 12 years already, though. I knew him back when he was like 18, 17. Like I knew when he was young.
Oh, yeah, I do. I need to hook up with him literally for gambling,
Yeah.
because I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'm like the Skip Bayless of gambling. I'm wrong all the time. I'm always wrong.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, all right. But yeah, well, so get out. He wants to hit Vegas too. So he wants to do this party and then go to Vegas. So that's what I said. Why don't you do it too with us?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Mark it down. Don't forget it.
We got to get you
He's like,
booked though. We got to get your tickets booked. So like what dates are you thinking?
Well, I need to find out
You
with
said
work.
10 days.
Double
So
check.
like you said, maybe hit it from like you said the 28th to the 6th or something like that.
Yeah. What dates were you? You said, what was it? You're saying the 25th to the 1st, and et cetera and beyond, or
Well,
what
like I
was?
mean, that's when Veggie's coming. I don't know. Veggie,
Yeah.
man, we're gonna have to talk to Veggie and Noah. Should we do? We might be able to hit Vegas right before we do the 30th. That might be an idea too.
for the weekend, head out to
Hit
Vegas.
it just for a day or two. From like the 26th to the 28th or something like that. Because I mean, like Vegas is only 4-hour drive. It's really quick, so it's like we could bang out there for a couple days, and that's plenty of time for Vegas always.
2 days, yeah.
All right, so how about that, bud? Why don't you plan the 25th of the 1st? Because Eric wants to do it, and then we can all hit Vegas. How about that?
Yeah, all of us go to Vegas.
Right, but you come to
So
Southern California. But you come to Southern California. Do you understand that?
oh yeah,
You
well,
land
you didn't tell me that. Yeah. So I would go to John Wayne. Is that right?
Right, and you're gonna fly in and out of John Wayne. Yep.
Yeah,
So
John Wayne.
so
Yeah.
come here whenever, and then we'll hit Vegas, and then we'll do the party, and then that'll be great. We'll do everything.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's great, dude. It's called communication. Yeah, you didn't say, anything like that. You didn't say John Wayne. You didn't say L.A. So
All
yeah.
right, I'll work on that. All right, so John Wayne, 25th to the 1st. How's that sound? Or no, 25th. You could stay a couple days longer if you wanted.
Well, I got to find out, my schedule.
What are we talking about here? So what's happening is that from the 25th to the 1st of November, October 25th to November 1st, we're having a big sesh out here. So we got guys coming in like Veggie, we got Eric, Mark, Noah's going to be here, obviously, Justin, hopefully Cannabis Soul, and anybody else who wants to swing down. And
Hey,
then
I'll be there.
on the 30th, they're going to be getting an Airbnb for a night or two, and then we're going to have the Dab to Die Gauntlet. We're bringing that back, and that's the one that got like millions of views. That one was a pretty big video, so we're going to redo that one. And Mark's coming with his wife, and so if you guys get the Airbnb, we're going to have like a 24-hour feed, which will be crazy. That'll be fun to do. So we can do like an IRL the entire time too, which will be kind of fun. So I'll bring the computer, we'll have some cameras, and we'll link them all up and have some fun streams. So that's the goal from the 25th of October to November 1st.
Right.
So what do you think,
Okay.
Justin? Wouldn't you like to be on a 24-hour feed too?
Yeah. Shit, I don't care.
I think everybody would love to see you in a 24-hour.
What? What is
But
everybody
you
want to
got,
see
but you
me
got
on
to
a
make
20?
sure you got to do every drink in front of the camera.
Yep, like cheers.
Yeah, I don't care.
Just show them how much you're packed.
Shit, I don't care. You know, I drink in front of people all the time. It doesn't matter.
There you
You know.
go. Dude, we're gonna have fun. I'm super stoked. Veggie's stoked. This is gonna be exciting. I'm excited that Mark and his wife's stoked that we can get this like 24 hours because I'm gonna need a lot of help with this. So this will be kind of fun.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So you excited, bud? And like I said, we'll try to hit Vegas maybe a day or two before it, which would be even crazier. We're gonna be coming into it just hot. After coming out of Vegas, then straight to a gauntlet. Maybe we'll get some good shit out in Vegas.
No.
Wow,
Sounds good.
that's actually true.
We might be able to
That
swoop
is
all
so
the
true.
extracts for the gauntlet in Vegas. That might not be a bad idea.
Oh, don't even say that, man. Oh my gosh. Oh,
But I mean, we can swoop it here too. It might be safer, but you know, we'll have to drive it so far. But either way, we'll get it. I mean, I got a whole bunch of shop starter on me. But yeah.
either way.
No. Sounds good. So I would probably want to fly there. What, on the 24th, maybe, or the 25th?
Yeah, 20 whenever you want, buddy.
You
Yeah.
want.
24th be great. You'll be here a little early. You can beat them to the punch.
I
Yeah.
just can't wait for Halloween. That's gonna be like,
Dude, yeah, we'll do something crazy.
I want to go trick or treating. I love getting
Dude,
candy.
the trick or treating out here, if you go to the nice neighborhoods, they'll give you shots at every house for the adults, and they give the kids candy. I got faded the last one, dude. It was pretty fun.
Yes. Sure. I'll take a shot.
This one dude brought this shit out with like a scorpion in it, and he's like, this has been out here forever. Nobody ever hardly takes a shot of it. I was like, let's go.
Is it tequila?
I think so. I hope so. I don't know. I don't remember. I was so faded at the time. It was liquor. You assume with like a scorpion or anything in it, it should be a tequila, but you never know, I guess.
For real.
Yeah.
I had it like, my dad had the bottle. It was like a small bottle. There's like 2 scorpions in it. I was like, all right, cool. But they're sitting on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them in like different places, like a snake in them. Remember, you ever seen with the snake?
I've seen one, yeah, with the snake. I never
And,
drank it. I was like, oh, that's
and
disgusting.
obviously the worm. I had a tequila with the worm in it.
I never had that.
How you doing, bud?
Hey,
Oh,
hopefully the plane doesn't crash.
Yeah. Are you worried about that?
No, not really. But like, man, why is it our country, our planes are terrible lately? Every day you read in the news, oh, plane crash, plane crash, plane crash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but none of them are heading to LA though.
That's true. Yeah.
Everybody lets the planes go to hell.
Yeah. Everybody. Yeah. You know what? Honestly, no, I take that back what I just said. For years, I've always said, man, I get so bored of flying. It's so boring. It really is. It's so fucking boring. I used to always say, when I get on a plane, I wish the plane would fucking crash or do something crazy, to make my time interesting. It's like, so you know what? Maybe this is a good time to fly. A really
Don't
good
talk
time.
about that while you're flying though.
Well, yeah. No. No, I'm not gonna say that during the flight. During the flight, I'm not gonna be like, "Yeah, I hope we crash." But kind of, no, but get a little high. Can do. Oh man.
All right, let's do it. Load your bowl, short John Trouble. Turn on your vaporizers. Pour your beers. I'm glad you came on, Justin. Glad you came on, Eric, bud. I was bored kind of talking to myself.
Hey,
I get so
Minister
used to
Nick.
talking to people.
Nick, Minister Nick.
Yeah,
I was gonna
Justin.
say, are you gonna be busy in a few hours? Would you play
Yeah.
some Call of?
Yeah, I was going to Justin or Seb and everybody's starting to wake up. I've got to take care of some shit. I don't know. I guarantee they're going to probably take a nap. So it'll probably be like an evening sesh.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to probably get off here in a little bit and make breakfast. I got to clean up everything. Like I said, there's some stuff I still got to kind of take care of since I got back from the cruise. And I know
You
there's some
guys
people.
gotta wait. You guys gotta remember, Nick is Mr. Nanny. You gotta remember that.
That's right.
Mr. Nanny.
That's right.
Yeah.
I keep it clean. Unlike your
Nick
fan.
keeps it clean.
Unlike your fan.
I know. Unlike my fan. No. Honestly, man, Nick's a fucking boss, man. He's a boss.
Are you going to ever go to the weed shop and try some weed?
No, I haven't been to the freaking smoke shop. The smoke shop.
Now, does it actually weed or not?
No, it is weed. I think it's weed. I think it is.
But you'll never go there and try it. And how long it's been there?
I think 1 year.
All right, and you still haven't tried it.
I know the owner is from Dubai. That's
So
where
he's
from.
rich.
Well, I have no idea. He's from Dubai.
So are you going to ever go in and try it? How about tomorrow?
You know what? Tomorrow, let's go there. Let's do that.
All right. Pinky promise.
I would, but I don't feel like lifting my arm out.
Pinky promise. All right, I'll do it for you.
Hey, wait, like this. Middle finger promise.
All right.
But
do it, bud. I want you to try it. You keep saying you're going to do it. Try to get off some drinking. That'd help you.
Well, I only drink like once every 2 weeks. Yeah.
And that's the time you decide to always jump on the. Is that the only way you can get on the live?
No, I don't drink that often.
All right. All right. Let's do it. Eric, one more dab. Dab time. I got to go hit the weed shop too. Oh, that's the other thing I had to do, Eric. Got to hit the weed shop. Unlike Justin, who's like, can't hit the weed shop ever. He says, it's the smoke shop. You know, a smoke shop in California sells glass, doesn't sell weed. Maybe tobacco.
They probably sell hemp. That's probably what he's referring to.
I don't know. Like in Cali, it's either a weed shop or a smoke shop. Smoke shop sells glass and tobacco. Weed shop sells weed.
Hey, don't pick on me. Don't pick on me.
Don't pick on me.
Hey, I'm gonna be like that guy on the commercial. Don't bully me. Don't bully me. Yeah.
Now, when we get off here, are you going to start looking up airplane tickets? Or do you want me to do it for you? Expedia is always a good way to do it.
You know, I was thinking about looking up airline tickets instead of airplane, but
no, I think you should take a biplane, possibly like a glider, hang glider, or a motorized airplane.
Yeah.
Of course.
Or a train. What about a train?
Why don't you just go first class?
Hey, what about a train?
Dude, you should totally go first class. Blow yourself out of the water.
Yeah, that's right. Don't they say that they give you like pudding and like yay pudding?
Well, no, you get like a hot fudge sundae at the end.
And does the waitress the flight attendant sit on my lap or?
Well, why don't you get first class, videotape this, and let's see
Yeah.
what happens.
And she sits on my lap. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah.
So you want to go to a strip club? That's why you want to go to Vegas. Got it.
No, I just want a first class flight attendant to sit on my lap. That's it.
Nothing misogynistic about that.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? Hey guys,
Doesn't matter if it's
who
man or
doesn't?
female. Doesn't matter if it's male or female.
Well, female. Female.
No. I heard first class flight attendant.
Female. Yeah, female.
Well, what if it's a man?
I'd be like, ew, that's gross. Ew.
You'd be like, something's popping up.
Yeah, I'd be like, something's popping. No, no. Honestly, in a first class cabin, that'd be hot. A flight attendant sits in your lap, and you're like, oh yeah.
Is this what you type in when you get in Pornhub?
No, it's not. It's not what I type in.
So what is what you type in?
Dude, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, dude, we almost got somewhere.
I don't want to.
What's the soft stuff you type in Pornhub? You don't type the hardest. What's the soft stuff? What do you start
I
with?
don't even
You
know.
don't have to start with what you end with. It's like what you start with.
I don't know. Big kids, big ass.
Kids, big ass.
Big kids. Shit. That's pretty good.
That's a good start. And then, like after you come 5 times, what do you need to look at?
Big tits, big ass.
Just fucking with you. It's all good.
On repeat. Oh man. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, buddy. I'm going to get off here too, guys. I appreciate you for coming on. Thank you for coming on, Eric. Thank you, Justin. Hey, Justin, I'll give you a call in a second. Okay, buddy. I'm going to get off here and take care of some shit. Eric, I appreciate
Nick's
it.
gonna call in a second. Yeah.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Everybody.
Later, Justin.
Reggie, peace out.
Peace.